chilly evening here in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're ready for a Pac-12 women's basketball matchup. Number 9 Utah taking on USC. Just one loss, the difference between these two. USC starters look like there's Kayla Williams in one of the guard spots with Destiny Littleton, as well as Akako Odika, Rhea Marshall, and then it's Kennady Sissoko in the other forward spot, a veteran squad with 4 grad students and a couple of seniors. They bring experience. And then for the Utes, no seniors, but they do have Izzy Palmer, another start for her 6th on the season at the point guard position. Kennady McQueen back in the starting role, Gianna Neepkins, Jenna Johnson, as well as Alyssa Peely. So able to get Kennady McQueen back only a couple of minutes in the Bay Area last weekend for Lynn Roberts, the head coach of the Utes. But happy to have Kennady McQueen back. She had Deja Young in the starting spot. Lynn in her 8th season as the head coach, getting her team back to the NCAA tournament, something they hadn't done since the 2011 season, and made their way to that championship Pac-12 tournament game. There is Lindsey Gottlieb in her 2nd season as the head coach at USC, and trying to piece together the kind of team that she's looking for, and she's got quite the group here. They have won 4 in a row, and they are starting to play the kind of basketball that she wants to see. They split, these two teams did last year, both winning on their home floors as we get ready for the jump ball. Crystal Blunt, Anthony Leverett with you. Glad you could be with us, kicking off the weekend. And Anthony, I think it's going to be a good one. Fans are still filing in here to the Huntsman Center.
Yeah, it looks like a good crowd tonight.
And keys for you, what do these teams need to do?
USC has to get back in transition, and they have to have offensive efficiency. Utah want to play fast, and then they need to handle USC's pressure. Their pressure is giving them trouble over the years.
Yeah, we talked about this in the open. USC holding their opponents to just 51 points per game. And Utah comes in averaging 85 per game. So which style is going to win? Shot clock to 2. Shot is up, and pretty Littleton with the shot clock all the way down.
Yeah, it's a great start for USC, and I think we're going to see that shot clock dwindling quite a bit tonight as the game goes on.
Littleton, a grad student out of San Diego, but transferred from South Carolina, part of the championship team last year. High off for good. Kennady McQueen ready to play.
Yeah, great set to start the game for Utah, running a kid off the stagger for a 3.
3-point line defense, so important for USC. They know that this Utah team averages 8 per game, and they can shoot it out there 35%. They're testing USC's 3-point defense, and there's the banker good in the lane, Rhea Marshall.
Beautiful little duck-in jump hook.
High screen, trying to pick and roll, kicked around. Utah comes up with it. Neepkins, hounded by Kayla Williams, gets it in the lane, it won't drop, and almost off the fingertips, but the rebound to USC. Lindsey Gottlieb told us as the drive and the foul, Sissoko's going to go to the line. Kennady Sissoko, are they glad to have her transferred in from Minnesota, but they missed her. She's been out 5 games total this year, 4 of them most recently after injuring her leg at Oregon State. They've got her back. She's a difference maker.
Yeah, and you talked about, early struggling offensively, and they're a new team, and then you have injuries.
Cleaned it up herself. First points of the game for her. She is the player that Lindsey Gottlieb told us she feels is the X factor for Utah, but we were just talking about Sissoko. She's the X factor according to Lynn Roberts for USC.
Yeah, and that last possession is going to be a no-no for USC if they want to be in this game. They cannot give up easy transition baskets.
Yep, absolutely. Utah wants to kick this tempo up. Peely, she can hit it and does. 3 for Alyssa Peely.
That makes her so dangerous.
3-point Utah lead. Kayla Williams on the drive, the quickness good. The junior transfer from UC Irvine. Williams all over Izzy Palmer. The crowd wanting to whistle, they don't get it. Help D's been good. Peely in the high post, too much. Neepkins keeps it alive. USC come off of a very tough road trip, a win at Washington State, a win at Washington in overtime. Williams using the high screen, doesn't get it. And Coach Gottlieb said that was a huge character gut check trip for them to the Washington schools, as Johnson's on the left block and gets it. Jenna Johnson already with 4 points, but balanced scoring. Everybody but Izzy Palmer has scored for these starters. High right wing and nothing but net. Marshall. But she wanted to improve and get better. One area in particular, Coach Gottlieb told us her defense has really improved. Neepkins. High archer, no good. Kayla Williams. And the skip across, the quick pass, right corner, and they stick it. Adika, a 43% three-point shooter, and we're tied up.
That was a great find by her teammate.
Palmer doesn't stop. Peely on the weak sideboard.
Coach Gottlieb is not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, you know, USC scores a three, maybe caught standing. Offensive foul, that's something Utah wants to do as well. And what an incredible addition she's been, transferring from USC this past season. But she's gotten herself healthy as well. She had some lingering injuries over the last couple of seasons, but worked on conditioning, and she's done well. And there's another three ball.
Yeah, another defensive breakdown by USC on guarding that pick and roll.
Third three of the game for the Utes. High post, Littleton, too much. Kind of a quick shot. Oh, but that weak side board right there. Nice job. Kelsey Reese is on inside, 53 in white for the Utes. Deja Young on as well. Pace has been pretty fast. Both teams going to their benches fairly early. Reese takes the reverse, gets it to go. She had 5 steals in that game. There was hardly anything she wasn't doing. Got it done in overtime. That one's around and out. There's Marshall giving it a second chance, and a good box out by Kelsey Reese.
That was a big-time offensive rebound, just unable to finish that play.
Yeah, you got to love the effort. Those are the ones that can fall and get you right back in it. Reese calling for it inside. Lefty layup, gets the finger roll.
Yeah, really good patience once she got the catch. She got her feet underneath her. A strong move up to the rim.
SC needs a bucket. Almost a 3-minute scoring drought. Trying to bank it, I think, but misses. Was Ray Marshall. Chance to extend the lead for the Utes. And driving it up, Palmer. Nobody stepping in front of her. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Largest lead of the ball game. Just last weekend alone. I mean, look at the differences there. That first quarter shooting, 59% and 50%. So USC's defense has been shutting teams down, not able to slow them down. And boy, the fake one way and the up and under for Bealey.
Yeah, that was just a really, really good execution.
Starting unit back on. Taylor Bigby's on, one in black. And almost a takeaway by the Utes. Shot clock down to 5. High to low, leaning it up, no good. And Akinwafo.
There had to be something there. There's just too much contact for there not to be a call. And that's just a judgment call by the official.
Yeah, Reese was definitely outside the arc. The only thing would maybe be, did Akinwafo maybe dip the shoulder? Clarice Akinwafo, the sophomore from Inglewood, McDonald's All-American, out of high school. And some impressive athletes on this team as Deja Young takes it in and scores. 12-point lead. Everybody getting involved. Taking it up on the left side. And almost everybody scoring. Really, both sides been fairly balanced scoring. Just a bit more scoring for the Utes as first free throw good for Clarice Akinwafo.
And they just need to keep throwing it down there.
Yeah. Good spacing by Utah. Spacing is very key for what they like to do. Young again, guarded by Littleton. This time goes to the right side. Can't get it. Peely cleans it up.
Yeah, great offensive rebound. And again, just showing you that she can play with either hand. She is so dangerous when she gets the ball in the paint.
Williams off the back of the iron. Long rebound. Bodies collide inside. It comes down to Vieta. Vieta is going to test her speed against Kayla Williams. That's a fun matchup between those two. Young on the baseline. The wraparound. Good.
Yeah, great play. Sharing the basketball. Great spacing.
One of the best teams out there from an assist standpoint. They lead the conference in the category. They pride themselves in making that extra pass. There's a kick out, and there's a finish. Destiny Littleton with a 3.
Desperately needed that shot to go down.
Grad transfer from South Carolina. They are hopeful to have her back next year, potentially being able to maybe get a waiver as Meekins gets the and one. She had to work hard for that one.
Yeah, that was a tough play. There are opportunities for them to go drive the ball to the basket.
Meekins with the 3-point play. Nice screen for Littleton. They work it through the high post. Here's Marshall. Littleton asking for it. Pretty. Got herself squared up.
Yeah, really nice set by USC there. Littleton was the screener first, and her person helped, allowed her to come off that little handoff to get a wide open shot.
They don't give her the 3, but she's got 7 points. Young. Can't get it. Peely. Right place, right time. Handoff using the screen. Mira's back on. It rattles around, but there's Marshall. How about a third chance? And it's good. The finish there by Sissoko.
Yeah, and sometimes the ball's not going in the basket. You got to find other ways to score when you're not making jump shots. Go get an offensive rebound is a great way to get yourselves going.
Yeah, good way to come out of that timeout for USC, and maybe you can shift the momentum a bit. Oh, and almost a takeaway there. That would have been fun. McQueen. Oh, makes them pay. You think you got a steal, and then there's a 3 going through.
Home cooking.
Fans are liking it.
Coming into the crowd.
Fake, drawing the offensive foul, though, instead. Trying to draw contact was Adika. Meekins. And the switch off. There's a mismatch inside. Meekins, just short. Peely batted around, and Utah almost had it. Instead, USC outrunning. Oh, what a play. Sissoko grew up performing ballet, so maybe some of that training helped her out on that move. That was not an easy pass to catch.
Big stretch here, last 3 minutes of this half for USC. Try to get this thing under double digits.
Queen. Neepkins, ball fake, good help D coming over. And somehow got it to Peely on the opposite side.
That was a great play by Johnson. Drove that thing, help came. Peely shaped up the lane and made a great pass.
Trojans need a bucket. Into the lane, Mira can't get it. Oh, trying to tip it up. 9-point, 16 rebound, 8 block, 5 steal game at Washington. And this is the first free throw. Gets the second. 1.5 minutes left in the first half. It's been a fairly fast-paced half of play favoring Utah. Peely, high post, takes it in low, finger roll, good. Shooting 8 of 9 for Peely. Oh, pick and roll, and it goes. That's Rhea Marshall. Points for her, trying to add to it. And does. Gets the 3-point play. Her 6th start of the season. And Marshall will rest and watch a much-needed bucket, and that's Mira with the 3 ball.
3-pointer for USC.
15-point Utah lead. Young, right back at you. See if the Trojans can cut into the deficit. It's the largest of the game. Utah now up by 18. Mira just hit one. Can she get another? No. That one's short, batted around. Second effort and good. Akinwafo with the putback.
But you heard Coach say that he's got to be better at both ends of the floor. They got to make some shots, and they got to defend and rebound.
And so much of what they do is through their defense. So if they can get their defense going to create some offensive opportunities, it'll be a big plus. As the third quarter is underway, and instead it's Utah with almost the steal. USC able to get it back. Skip it around and swish. Pretty shot right there by Adika.
Really fortunate for USC to come up with that loose ball and a much-needed 3.
Adika was fairly quiet in the first half. but she's got 6 points. Neepkins in the lane, right at the free throw, good. She's up to 7.
Little change up there from Utah, not running pick and roll stuff, ran a set out of there, executed it to perfection.
A collision inside by a couple of Utes, and instead a 3. And that's Adika again, back-to-back threes for her.
And that all started with dribble penetration on that baseline, moved to that corner, knocked it down.
What a way to start for USC. But taking it in, McQueen with the layup, good. Littleton using the screen. Marshall keeping it alive, the cleanup.
Another grown-up rebound right there. That was a big-time go get a ball and get your team a basket.
Palmer on the drive.
There's opportunity for those post-ups. There's opportunities for those drives to the paint.
There's the first free throw, good. And gets them both. Junior from Newcastle, Australia. 6th start on the year. Big little step back, pretty. Had been at Syracuse prior, had an injury, was out. She was moved around, but from Paris, France. That one no good for Palmer, and now Sissoko with the board.
Big stop. USC started much better here offensively to start the second half, but you got to play at the defensive end as well.
Marshall posting up, calling for it, gets it. USC in control to start this quarter. It's exactly what they needed to do. There's 3 for their last 3 shots. Peely, high post, rattles that one in.
She is just a matchup nightmare because of her ability to play all over the floor.
Yeah, she's incredibly strong. Marshall takes it at her. Oh, good composure by Rhea Marshall.
Yeah, we've got a battle going on right now.
Love the matchup. Neepkins way out behind the arc, puts it through. They worked on those in practice today also.
Yeah, she's got great range.
Slow down the charge by USC this quarter. Sissoko, right baseline. Can't get it. Palmer pushes it up to Neepkins. Johnson in the paint. The pass from Peely, and she gets fouled by Littleton. She'll get free throws. First free throw good.
Yeah, and again, this was free throw line, but they got the ball into the paint early in the possession. Utah's not going to stop pushing the tempo.
It definitely favored them in the first half. But Adika not going to quit shooting. That one, though, off the front of the iron. Palmer trying to lose the D and does. The crossover reverse by Izzy Palmer. Oh, the bench loving it.
Yeah, and just keep talking about it. They're just persistent in transition. You have to be committed to getting back on every single possession. 9
points for Palmer, and we talk about the depth of Utah, but it's not just depth in bodies, it's depth in scoring bodies. They've got every single player getting involved.
Yeah, and they all shoot it for their position well enough that they just space the floor so well, and the ability for all of them to score.
6-0 run for the Utes, trying to add to it. Neepkins can't get it. Johnson on the weak side, and the reach-in foul.
Some teams make some deep runs into the NCAA tournament.
Utah, long rebound. Palmer gets it. Oh, the back cut by Newton. Hadn't seen that this game. And they caught him sleeping on that one.
Well, it is hard because, great move down inside. But it is hard to defend because they shoot the ball so well, so you go under and you give up a 3, and then you try not to go under and you give up a back cut.
Yep, the versatility of what Utah can do makes them even tougher to defend. Neepkins off the high screen. Marshall inside for USC, and Akunwatho still out there. Here's Neepkins up by the free throw line and gets the shooter's touch.
That's a great on-ball screen right there to get her a wide-open shot.
14 for Neepkins, USC pushing tempo. And off the foot of Doumbia. Gianna Neepkins is doing an exceptional job using the screens and finding her openings. Johnson, little baby hook. And USC coming in out out of Inglewood, California. Misses the first, but gets the second. Palmer. She's picked up by Doumbia. Reese in the high post, spins it around, hesitation. Oh, but can't get it, and that was excellent defensive help by Marshall.
Yeah, little unfortunate there. That was a great move, great patience.
Oh, and Akinwapo outrunning. USC's looking to run a bit more, maybe not allow Utah's defense.
But USC's got to do it at the defensive end of the floor. Utah's still shooting 63% from the field.
White. Can't get it. Give Marshall another board. That's her 11th. And Biggie out running, and it's swatted out of play by Reese. And Reese is winded. Says, I need a breather. Big defensive play. Now she'll get the rest.
Yeah, great job running defensively in transition, getting back and being a part of that play.
So Bealey back on. Adika back on for the Trojans.
For USC.
Minute and a half remaining in this third quarter. USC came out charging, and then Utah got back into a rhythm. But the Trojans have really been attacking in the interior as Marshall adds to her total. Well, and Coach Roberts said, we want to speed them up. You want to speed up a team that doesn't want to necessarily speed up. And you're right, that's what can happen. Peely getting some room, trying to get the angle. Marshall took care of it there.
At least you know Peely's human.
Right? You can guard her at times.
At times.
Clock winding down. The Trojans take a little momentum in. Finger roll, good. Doumbia with the bucket. And a shot off the mark. Palmer slow to get up. Not sure what happened as she tried to take that shot just at midcourt. That is not a good sign. She's getting some love and some hugs from one of the members here from their community series. They're actually brought in several of the Special Olympics groups here from the Unified Sports team, so she got some love from one of them. As Ines Vieta is on, she's had 13 starts on the season. 77% free throw shooting team, tops in the conference, and she gets the first.
She is a heck of a player.
And this is the second. They need a bucket. Oh, almost a turnover. Deja Young was right there. Sissoko loses the D, lays it up good. USC's not giving up on this. There's plenty of time. 7 minutes left in this ball game.
Yeah, the league is very deep, and every night is a tough opponent that you have to prepare for.
A close one between UCLA and Colorado in Boulder going on. Arizona and Washington in a close one. Washington State and Arizona State earlier. Palmer went out just before the quarter started. They're icing the right calf now. Hopefully it's nothing major. A little bit of frazzled play, and USC took advantage prior to the timeout.
Yeah, and Utah's cooled off just a little bit.
USC finding a bit more offense, their bench in particular, and they've also been hitting the O boards and getting some putbacks. Second chance efforts been paying off as Littleton has a pretty stroke there.
Yeah, beautiful job coming off of that on-ball screen.
12-point Utah lead. Vieta works it into Jenna Johnson trying to get a little room. McQueen, no hesitation. Too much on it, but the long O board, another chance. Jenna Johnson.
Yeah, and missed threes lead to those long offensive rebounds. You really got to step to your person and engage on those blockouts.
Vieta on the baseline was trying to make the pass through. The help D was right there. Good takeaway by USC, but they lose it out of bounds. But they play on. Mismatch up high. McQueen up on Akinwapo. Effort and got herself caught underneath. That's Caddy Sissoko. 12 O boards for USC. and 14 second chance points and counting. Second season as the head coach, and gets them both. Rhea Marshall's been watching a big chunk of this time. She picked up that third personal. Coach told us that we might throw some of those things in periodically, but not something they were going to do all the time. 13 starts on the season. And has been coming off the bench as of late, the last 6.
Really important now, USC not have empty possessions offensively.
5 minutes left in the game. 12-point Utah lead. Using the screen and sticks it. How active has Ukako Adika been this half?
Yeah.
USC's had a solid fourth quarter, and they really had a solid third quarter as they won that quarter against Utah. But Utah at one point up by 20 in this game, but they've been chipping away. They're not giving up just yet.
Little zone press again by USC that didn't cause them any trouble.
Johnson inside, gets it swatted away, and Vieda's going to get called for the reach-in.
Yeah, and we talked about this a few minutes ago, but just really impressed with USC not giving in. You get down as big as you did, early in a game. Not giving in is a sign of a well-coached and competitive team.
Yeah. It's exactly what Lindsay Gottlieb's building, the culture that she wants. And she's got a veteran team as well, as Littleton sticks it. 5 players in double digits now for USC. And that's the 7th made 3 tonight for the Trojans. They only average about 6 per game. That is a tough whistle for USC to take. That is Adika's 5th. She'll have to come off, and she has been big, especially the second half. 12 points from her. And 4 of them behind, 4 shots behind the arc. As she fouls out. Marshall's back on, and we wondered, with 4 minutes, she's got 3 personals. She comes back on.
She's one of the best shooters in the program and allows them to space the floor. That paint's going to get a little tighter.
Yep, it certainly is. Both free throws good for Gianna Niepken. She has 16. USC really cleaned things up the second half, and we've gotten it below double figures.
Great adjustment right there by Utah. USC went back to the same play they had run. Utah switched that thing.
Oh, but Williams read that perfectly, and now full court pressure again. Vieda trying to break it. McQueen using the Peely screen. Gets it to go. Littleton wanted a foul call against the screener, but doesn't get it. And a dagger of a 3 by McQueen. She's got 14, 4 of 6 behind the arc for Kennedy McQueen. Sissoko, somehow, it's a 3 for the Utes, and now you can waffle at the stripe.
With the clock stopped, you got to knock them in.
Can't get it on Peely and Littleton. Wow, contact. Bodies to the court, and it's going to stay with the Trojans. It's getting a little chippy out there, Anthony. Oh, what a save by Littleton as it was off the fingertips of Sissoko.
She was the inbounder. I don't know if that ball was tipped.
Good question. Oh, Littleton's heating up. She's got back-to-back 3. The Rhea Marshall on the inbounder. And now Vieda guarded by Williams. USC picking up their defensive intensity, but also 4 for the last 4 shots as Littleton tried to push through the screen. Peely to the court, no whistle, and the shot won't go. It's going to go the other way. This crowd making some noise now. This is a 6-point ball game. Again, no Izzy Palmer. Went down almost to mid-court before the start of this quarter. Some sort of a leg injury. And she's had to sit and watch as Niepkens thought she tipped that one off of Sissoko. No Adika out there for USC. She has fouled out. And she was big this half. Finished with 12 points, 4 threes. Littleton, she's been hot.
Shot clock's winding down here.
Down to 2, got the shot off, but did they clean it up in time?
With the shot clock violation, it's going to be Utah ball.
It's a full-court pressure now from USC.
Yeah, in the last few minutes here, it's been a little different. This is zone pressure as opposed to the man-to-man pressure they were playing earlier.
Utah's handling the pressure for the most part. They've only had 8 turnovers this entire game to a USC team that forces 19 a game. And happy to work some of this clock. Peely trying to get position. And they'll say no shot. She was fouled prior. The Utes await UCLA here on Sunday. We'll have that one for you. They are in a battle in Boulder against Colorado. And this USC team will have to head to Boulder for their game Sunday. And they're under a minute remaining in that one. And it's a 1-point game in Boulder. Oh, Vieta! What effort by the Utah team! Wow. What hustle and recognition. That's what you say, get down in your defensive stance. I don't think Vieta could have gotten much lower in that defense. Peely on the inbound, guarded by Marshall. And USC, I think, trying to commit the foul, but they let up. Minute and a half left in the game. And a takeaway. Williams, so quick. Oh, the reverse. Got the shot off, and she gets fouled. Transferring from UC Irvine. She was the leading scorer last year. And can't get the free throws. As Williams got a hand on it. Not going to foul. They do have a timeout remaining, but they choose not to foul.
1 minute left in the game.
The Utes have been on a bit of a scoring drought, but not anymore.
Absolutely beautiful execution in the half court. Absolutely beautiful.
10-point lead.
Calling on the Trojans, number 11, Destiny Littleton.
Wow, how big was this, Anthony?
Beautiful roll to the basket, and the double team came right away, and she quickly found her teammate on a diagonal, knocked down a 3. When coach is doing her clinics this summer on how to run their offense, that's the clip she's going to show. That was beautiful basketball.
The pressure continues. Utah back to the 10-point lead and happy to work some clock. But what a charge from USC this second half. Really impressive and regroup by the Trojans.
Yeah, it was, but Utah was just a better team, and they just kept playing, kept executing in the half court.
All tied up in Boulder between UCLA and Colorado with just seconds remaining. That one could potentially go OT. And the ball batted around, and that's going to do it. Utah, big win. They fight off a surge by the Trojans in the second half to get this victory.